Hello, fish friends. I am Drekop, and I am here today with a little bit of a different thing. So let's just talk about the latest update to Splatoon 3 Salmon Run for a bit. And I'll be focusing mainly on the checkpoints here. They are pretty big. We've been wanting them for a long time. Yeah, they've been here now for 2 rotations. I've played between 3 and 5 hours of each of them. Let's have a little chat about it, shall we? So first of all, quick explanation on how it works. I do not remember the full details because it varies depending on whatever badge you have for the map. If you have the gold badge, which you get for reaching Executive VP 999, you're gonna get put at 400 at the start of each new rotation. Assuming that you, I guess, finished the previous one, at least at 100, I believe, although don't quote me on that. Like, I have, of course, not tested what happens when you finish one leg below that, whether you then get to 300 or something. Or if it will always start you at 400 no matter what. Because, of course, what it also did is, like, normally it would have just started everyone at 40 and doesn't do that now anymore. I'm not sure how that is implemented. Anyway, to continue with how it works, if you have the silver badge, which you get for reaching 600, then you will start rotations at 300. You get the 400 badge, I believe you will start at 200. And I am not sure whether you get a checkpoint for reaching the 200. I think you do. That would be very minor anyway. Yeah, but anyway, that is how it works mechanically. And it does a lot of things, of course. I really like it. Oh, why do I like it? What does it do and stuff? So it is beneficial both for freelance and overfishing, in my opinion. Actually, before I get into that, say I played both of these rotations for a bunch. I overfished the Sockeye one, and this what you're seeing right here is the second rotation with checkpoints on Marunas Bay. Really ended up freelancing that one to 9s. And it went really well. I don't know if I got lucky or if the system is just working out that well. But yeah, I have a few games in the background here that may or may not be interesting. Will not be. So enjoy them at your own pace, I guess. Alright, so what does it do? So for freelance, first of all, of course, changes the matchmaking pool up a bit. You are most likely not getting matched with like professionals and low rank executive VP anymore and stuff. However, what I do know is you can get matched with 300 still at 400, which is also actually still fine and nice, I'd say. I'm completely fine with that. Yeah, there will be a lot less of these like actually silly games that you used to find on like the worst days or worst times or whatever. So what I have not quite tried yet is how does everything work out if you are playing really late into a rotation? I mean, I will do that at some point too, inevitably. Probably on some bad rotation too, so that will be fun. Or not, I don't know. But yeah, anyway, the spay rotation right here was played at the very start, and you're probably recognizing some names here as well. So basically, if I'm playing right at the start, I'm guaranteed to get people who have at least the silver badge and most commonly probably the gold map badge. Well, this of course does not guarantee that they are like actually quote-unquote good players or anything. Like, I can fully expect them to at least have like some kind of fundamentals, And of course that will also be needed because obviously the hazard will be a bit higher with everyone being at 300 or higher. I'm not sure what the actual percentage is. I have not looked it up just yet. Ask me in a year or so, I'll definitely know by then. Yeah, overall, the quality of games has been increasing. And also there can still be the occasional hard games early on, so it's like not all free and chill or anything. It's just better, but it's not perfect for sure, and I'd imagine it will never be. Well, I might actually include a little bit of an off-topic rant here. So, really, before Splatoon 3 even released, I've actually been wanting permanent rank. That is, if you get 9s, you just get to keep 9s on the map or something. And you cannot really lose it unless you lose games, and you're just gonna have a permanent rank or something. That is what I wanted, and that would actually be good too, because what that does is that people will literally be forced to get better because the games will always be harder. Like, whether you have rank-based matchmaking or not, I mean, probably you should have rank-based matchmaking at that point to some extent. But yeah, when people get to play higher hazard more often, they will get better without even trying pretty much. It would just be good for everyone. Would be good for overfishing too, because more good players and stuff, more players might get interested too. Yeah, unfortunately that is not quite what we're getting, but still, what we got just now, I'm still really happy that we finally have it, and I really do not wanna go back at all. Yeah, but anyway, so much about that. So yeah, and other than just a better quality of the experience, of course, this also means is there will be a whole lot less of this general grind fest, both on Freelance and overfishing. There's always this grind, like, to get through these stupid low rank games first, which like takes multiple hours, and then by the time you're actually at your now hazard level max, you're just gonna be way too tired to actually still focus on the game, most likely. It's just gonna be detrimental to everything. Now we at least have a chance to be less exhausted, and that will also once again improve gameplay. Like especially in Maruna's Bay. Of course, I've seen very good players do like very stupid things too at the end of it before. That will probably be happening less now too. It's so nice. Yeah. And of course, Bay specifically, I mean, it's still very obviously the worst map ever made. But there is a good chance that the checkpoints might have done it quite the favor. And then, so if you are just overfishing like straight from 400 with your team of friends or whatever, I mean, your team should be your friends. I don't know why I said that. Basically, what you can expect is to see hazard level max in like the 4th hour or something. It's not the 2nd hour like it used to be in the old game, of course, but the 4th hour is so much better than what we had before. We had to get through the sub 200s first and stuff like that. Now you can actually just start a rotation overfishing without having to feel bad, because whatever hazard it is that you're starting at, it's very, very much over 200 at least. The good overfishing starts at 250, I believe. Then, of course, what you ideally do want is get maxed or just under maxed. Oh, you're right, and there's also the other beneficial thing, where many players, even to this day, are still pretty open about struggling with all of the stuff that's going on at hazard level max. Yeah, since the checkpoints are here now and people can get to hazard level max faster because of it, people can also get more experience with it and get better at it faster, and just a win for everyone. I'm just so happy. Alright, I believe that is all the upsides. Yeah, of course, there are some downsides to it too, so let's talk about them as well. I know for a fact that actually not everyone is happy that the checkpoints got it here. Of course, first up there is this thing for like the freelance tryhards who actually went for, you know, the 42.999 lossless grinds or similar stuff. That is pretty much gone now. I mean, you can still do it if you just demote yourself, and I don't know, but I don't think too many people will actually be doing that. Because I don't know, it's just kind of degenerate, honestly. This patch took a lot of degeneracy out of the game. But yeah, the people who actually got that, like, community achievement, if you will, they did something that I will for sure never be doing. So congratulations on that. And I'm not quite sure how it will actually affect the the skill gains and king summons and stuff. I mean, that will probably be neutral, because actually being a decent rank will probably motivate me to play a bit more than I did before. So I should personally not lose anything. But yeah, people who just strictly played most rotations to 9s and then stopped or something will probably get less skills now. As they like specifically, as they like after they get 9s, then to throw to whatever rank. Actually, I should maybe ask some like skills thrower. They throw like all the way to 40. What rank they get put at in the next rotation? Then would be like, they would be good ones to ask, I guess. Yeah, we still need like a week or 3 to figure that out. It takes a while to get back to what they are. Yeah, then other downsides, of course, Big Run still does not have the checkpoint, and Big Run was much. I mean, actually, it was the second rotation after the upgrade. I did not get the checkpoint on the grunts rotation. That is actually up here on the channel as well, because I started playing it before the upgrade was handed out. Yeah, people who actually started or opened the game on the second day of it, which is when the upgrade was live. I'm not sure how exactly it worked. They did get to start at 400. For me, the first one was the Sokka, and then the second is what you're seeing right here. But yeah, Big Run is an exception. On Big Run, we still all get to start at 40. And it's probably gonna be quite a bit of a culture shock for me moving forward, because I will be very used to playing at 100 only. I'm not really looking to demote myself to 40 much or at all, really. The player pool I will be seeing when I do my morning Big Run freelance sessions will be different from what I will be used to then from the next one. I really don't quite get why they did it like that as well, because you know, like, there's so much FOMO stuff in the game anyway, why not just add a Big Run 9 patch as well as something? Give us the checkpoints there too, it would have been so nice. Of course, also doesn't help as Big Run always starts at 1 AM or 2 AM, depending on the time zone. So I can never play it at start either, and like pretty much pointless to try and go for a 200 and freelance or something on Big Run. Because I will quite literally never be getting the best teams, even if I tried. I mean, of course it's fine, because I'm probably gonna be overfishing for most of those weekends anyway. Freelancing much of Big Run for me is only really becoming interesting once like my group disbands and they actually repeat a map and just cannot be bothered to whatever. But yeah, let's not worry too much about that right now, right? But yeah, Big Run still doesn't have the checkpoints, and that is annoying. It's also annoying for overfishing because that means we still do need to rank up a bit at that, and it's gonna be slower because I will inevitably be losing games on Freelance. Because no one really knows the map well and stuff. And again, not being used to the weaker players in general, where it does something with you. Like I have experienced it in that recent extra work Freelance too. Where I played with some people who possibly were not even professionals or something. Because there is no rank at all in extra work, just the high score. And when you're just starting instead of having one, things are gonna be rough. I did not even clear some of the first games. Which I guess is also by design, since you aren't even losing rank there, so much hurt in failing to clear. But yes, still, that's quite a different experience from what is going on. Right, and then finally there is a third downside, and that is, I believe, the most significant and sad one here. That is that there will be a bit of a disconnect between the best players and beginners. Which means like beginners who just made it to executive VP and are looking to get better too because they might really love the game much just like we do and stuff. They will have a much harder time actually finding good players. They'll also have a harder time finding me, and which also means they will have a harder time finding this channel, which kind of sucks. But hopefully the algorithm will start boosting me soon. So yeah, please leave me a like here, please leave me a comment. Also tell me in comments how you are feeling about the checkpoints, Like, especially if you have a completely different opinion from me, it would be very interesting to hear it. Yeah, for most what I'm hearing, like most of the community definitely is very happy with having the checkpoints back. We've been wanting them for so long. It would have been nice to get even more than 400, but I mean 400 is still nice enough. But I mean I've said this a million times. Repeat here. Yeah, this disconnect between beginners and experienced players, it is a bit of a bittersweet thing. It is of course like not a fatal flaw or anything, because they can still gradually get there. Like I've experienced right in the beginning how the system works, and once you do make it to 600, you start by making it to say 400. The next time you make it to 600, ideally. Once you are at 600, you'll be at 300, and then you can actually still get matched with the best players at start. Then you're pretty much in like almost the best spot, I'd say. Like, not 100% yet, but you have a chance. Actually, I do happen to have a friend who in my Twitch chat quite often, who very much is absolutely a top 1% player, I would say, if not even top 0.1%. I mean, if he were serious about the game, that is, but he is casual. He values his life more than the game, which of course is very much respectable. What he has told me is he has nines only on like 2 or 3 maps or something, and Fish and Hydro Plant isn't even one of them. I wonder if the checkpoints will actually motivate him to like go for it now at some point. But even if not, sitting at the 300 is still nice enough, most likely. He does have the 600 everything, and 600 everything has always been somewhat reasonable, at least. But yeah, getting 2999 from 40, that was quite frankly a bit degenerate, and I am happy that no one really has to do that anymore. Except for like Big Run, if you wanna have that beautiful 999 in your app stack there. Yeah, Big Run is a special thing, and I mean most people are playing it with friends anyway, which automatically make it. What I do wonder is what will be happening to that emotion culture. I mean, it will probably still be very much there because unfortunately there's even more incentive now for people to, get the 9th badge. What will then basically happen is players who are not really good enough at the game to handle hazard level max will be starting at 400, and I don't know, but then again, it will quite literally be forcing them to improve still, so it shouldn't be all bad. Anyway, that is pretty much everything here I say about new checkpoints. I don't really touch on the specials right now. I'm not sure if they're really worth a video, so there's a short thing about them. I do like the way the specials work now as well for the most part, except for one little exception. First of all, we have 9 special slots instead of 7, which of course makes it like, very random which one you're doing, and you might see some just not at all for a long time and stuff. However, we are always guaranteed at least 2 long range specials, and I've seen it happen a bunch that we got all 4 of them, so not limited to the 2, it's like 2 or more. Then as far as short range specials go, the Kraken is extremely good. I love the Kraken. I've heard that it can even kill Mars underground, apparently. I haven't done it yet, but that is something fun to try for sure. The Splashdown was definitely not one of the better specials, I'd say. It's definitely better than it was in the old game. And will also be of a lot of help at Gorillas, probably. I have been missing it at Gorillas specifically, and also in Rush to an extent. Because, Killer Whale and Rush doesn't really do anything. Ink Strike is like okay, but slow and vulnerable. And we also lost the Ray, and we of course didn't really have replacement to Ray as far as Rush and Gorillas go. Actually no, for Gorillas we do have the Whale, which is sort of like Ray. And not really for Rush. Ray was very good on Rush too. But yeah, so much about that anyway. As I've said, tell me in the comments, how are you feeling about the checkpoints? Are you as happy about them as I am? Or would you like to go back? And what rank actually are you starting your rotations at typically? And does it vary between maps, or you have other 9s, other 600s? Are you like somewhere below because you might not be as experienced to anything? Just tell me. I'm hear your opinions and experiences. Yeah, we will see how this goes, and I may or may not be back with another talky kind of video at some point. But definitely some other things to talk about as well, Have a good one, so long, and thanks for the fish.